game on all your targets, whatever goals that you have set in the beginning of 2025. Okay, we hope that actually, by the 31st of December, every one of you achieve whatever you have been set up for the past 11 months. Okay, so basically, let me start with the agenda. Okay, I think I could or I would finish this in between about 45 to 1 hour. And if there's anything else that you all want to bring it up, then perhaps we can share it over later. Okay, of course, what is most important this month is actually on our new business updates. Okay, and actually on HSD and life claims. Okay, and also I'll be sharing, I think a lot of you over the few months, you have a lot of, knowing there's a lot of WhatsApp to be used. So in this, I'm going to summarize actually what are the dedicated support channels from each of the departments that's available today for you all as a reference. Okay, and of course, okay, I'll share a bit about the Great Journey 2.0. Okay, I think for the past few months, okay, especially from August onwards, okay, I thank every one of you here, okay, who actually joined us for the familiarization tour, the health talks, the meet and greet sessions with the doctors, and of course, 2.0, there will be more activities next year. I will share with you the first activity that we have for Northern, okay, in the last of the slides. Okay, so without further ado, okay, let me share with you on new business updates. Okay, the first updates is actually on MM2H, okay, Malaysia My Second Home, or Malaysia Premium Visa Program, which is PVIP. Okay, actually there is some changes in actually for our foreigner that's applying for MM2H or PVIP. And actually in the past, okay, you know that foreigner who wants to buy, they can only buy standalone medical card for visa application purposes. Okay, the good news is that, okay, now, okay, they can actually buy also investment link plan. Okay, so if you could read here, Malaysia My Second Home and PVIP applications who has received the conditional approval letter by local authority can now buy medical card attached with ILP. Okay, so of course, if you could see the yellow box there, this is actually what are the changes, okay, currently to our MM2H and PVIP. Okay, of course, okay, the foreigner underwriting guide still applies, but the good news is that you can actually sell, okay, ILP plans from today onwards. Okay, because this is a good news, because I always receive, because maybe Penang, we have a lot of foreign investors and a lot of foreign people working who wants to apply for visa. Okay, I think this is a very good news for every one of you here. Okay, and also just to share, okay, when it comes to MM2H, of course, a lot of times, okay, we receive a lot of agency feedback to say that, hey, can you process this first? I just got the passport only, but doesn't have the PR first. They need to have this before they can apply for visa. Okay, actually, I have checked with the relevant parties and also with our new business. Actually, under Malaysia My Second Home program, okay, the process is like that. Okay, they have to submit, okay, an application. And once the application is being submitted, immigration will give a conditional approval letter. Okay, this conditional approval letter is a mandatory document, okay, before they can actually submit for business application, for new business application, because a lot of times I can see that they submit without this conditional approval letter, and every time when they ask for this, they only attach the passport, okay, or the entry permit. Okay, so to clear this so that new business month end, you all can, get this case faster, make sure that you all ask from your policy holders, okay, or your foreign customers that get this conditional approval letter. Okay, because I have checked, okay, even those that is immigration department and those that is actually agents doing the MM2H one, they says that this is actually available one. Once they submit the application, they will actually have the approval, because a lot of times I see a lot of queries for this. So that's why I put this in a slide. Okay, this is actually from our new business underwriting guide. Okay, but I've also confirmed with immigration department that actually there is this conditional approval letter. Okay, for extension one, there's also an extension approval letter, okay, which actually you can also attach, because this is actually new foreigner that's applying for MM2H, they will have this conditional approval letter. But those that is actually renewing their MM2H, okay, or the PVIP, there is actually an extension approval letter, which also they can actually should provide before we have this application, so that you actually reduce the query. Okay, so this is two tips that I give you for actually MM2H application. Okay, the next one is actually, okay, this year-end special campaign, or we call it YES. Okay, this is actually not easy to get, okay, because underwriters has to go through all the reinsurer, okay, for them to actually support this year-end special campaign. Okay, so if you could see the circular has actually been issued last month. Okay, but actually if you don't understand, okay, this is why today I'm sharing this new business guide or tips to you all. Okay, but okay, this initiative is to support our agency force for the year end. Okay, and it includes 5 enhancements on the system underwriting, which actually allows us to secure higher coverage with minimal medical and financial query. Okay, but please everyone, okay, if you could see this campaign period, this is only applicable until 31st December. Okay, so after 31st December, okay, you will tell me that, hey, why last time don't need this time you need this. Okay, this is actually a campaign. Okay, this is a YES campaign. It should not be taken as, okay, why last month don't have, this month you need. Okay, I will run through these 5 enhancements for you all to actually have a better understanding, but I just need to make it clear to you all that this is actually a campaign, and the campaign, okay, of the enhancement will expire 31st of December this month. Okay, so that's why I say it's only valid for cases which is submitted, okay, until 31st December. Okay, it's applicable only to individual life plans type with agency new business or banca assurance channel. Okay, so if let's say you have company or things like that, it does not fall under this YES campaign. Okay, YES is only eligible for permanent residents, okay, PR of Malaysia and citizens of Malaysia, Brunei, and Singapore. Okay, it's only applicable only up to the company's binding limit. So this is actually the terms and condition for the YES program, but you all just need to know what is important here, okay, for agencies today here is actually, it's valid until 31st of December. So it's actually a tool for you all to go out, okay, to actually secure those high big cases, you know, it's easier. Okay, so what is the 5 enhancement? Okay, the first one is the revision of the non-medical limit aggregation period. Okay, I will show you the example. It's actually a higher non-medical limit, NML. Okay, the extension of the validity period of the medical report. Okay, the medical report, as you know, a lot of cases you say that, hey, I just do this back in January. Why now I need to do again? Because currently our validity period is only 6 months. Any report that is after 6 months, you are required to get a fresh medical report done. Okay, but of course, under YES program, there's an extension I will share with you all later. Higher non-financial limit, okay, NFL. Okay, and streamlining of our financial requirements. Okay, when we say financial requirements, we are referring to financial questionnaire 1 and 2. Actually, there is actually a streamlining of these requirements, which I will share it now. Okay, the first thing that is changed under this YES program, okay, you know that there's an aggregate of the sum assured under non-medical limit, okay, of 2 years. Okay, I think those that you know about this limit, they will actually take an aggregate of all your policies in the last 2 years. Okay, but under this current YES program, okay, we are only taking 12 months of the current application date. Okay, so the example is that, okay, if you could see the yellow box again, what is the existing practice and the YES 2025 campaign? Okay, if let's say during the past, okay, if you have policy A, B, C, D, okay, I will take your non-medical limit of all these 4 policies because the duration is actually 2 calendar years. Okay, so if you could see policy A is only 13 months, okay, which is actually one year and 1 month. Okay, and then, okay, the new case is policy D. Okay, so in the past, okay, if let's say to calculate your non-medical limit, I will need to take in policy A, policy B, policy D, okay, and policy D, which is your new case, which is you just submitted. Okay, but under this YES program, the good news is that, okay, policy A is now not being counted under your non-medical limit. Okay, it's because now under YES program, which is until 31st December only, okay, it's only taken 12 months. So policy A is already 13 months, and therefore we do not count, we do not take in the aggregation for this NML, okay, for this period. So that means basically you can have a higher non-medical limit if let's say your policy that is more than 2 years or more than 12 months for this YES program. Okay, so this is one of the good news, which I think if you all know how to calculate this is actually good news to all of you all. Okay, the next one is actually a higher non-medical limit. Okay, this is only okay for our conventional IIP and traditional products. Okay, this does not apply for our legacy plan or our jumbo series products. Okay, if you could see that our non-medical limit currently, okay, for age 17 to 30 is 1 million. Okay, but you could see our non-medical limit under the YES program, it has increased by 500,000. Okay, why do I highlight this yellow box is because majority of our policy holders or your customers today fall within this range. Okay, which means that last time because of non-medical limit, they can only go up to 1 million. Under this last 19 days or 21 days, okay, you can actually go for 1.5 million. Okay, but of course, okay, please take note that for age 61 to 70, the ME is still required regardless of the NML. Okay, but okay, so if you could know this one, this is actually will fasten the process when you all submit this type of cases. So far, all good? Okay, so I think this is 2 things which is actually you all can use, which is actually a very good tool for you all for this 1 month left. Okay, just now I was sharing about this. This is actually the extension of the report. Okay, the good news is that for this month only, all medical reports which is within 1 year, okay, we accept. Okay, so this is another good news. I think in the past few, even last month also we have someone asked to waive a query to get the fresh medical report because the query was actually 7 months old. Okay, but under previous last month, okay, I tell the agent and also check with underwriter, they cannot waive because under last month, okay, we cannot do it because, okay, that was before 11/11 lah. Okay, that means 1st of November, they asked to waive this query. Okay, we cannot waive because it's 7 months. But after this circular issue, okay, we can accept up to 1 year. Okay, but of course, it's subject to the following condition, which is policy holder up to age 60 only, application with standard rating up to 100%, up to non-medical limit, and no change in health circumstances or new medical condition. Okay, so the medical report which you provided, if there is no health changes, we can actually accept the report. Okay, so this is the 3rd good things. Okay, and also this is actually higher non-financial limit. Okay, this is actually the threshold has been increased, okay, to 3 million. Okay, that means anything up to 3 million, we do not require you to take financial questionnaire 1 and 2. Of course, again, this is not including the legacy and the jumbo series. Okay, and if let's say it's 3 million and above, do you all see any difference? Even with 3 million and above, there is actually a difference. Okay, do you see in the requirements there? Last time, if it's they ask for income tax, how many years do they ask normally if you see the query? In the past, anyone can answer? Okay, just to answer, normally if you see the query, they'll ask you for financial questionnaire 1 and 2 and ITR or income tax revenue of 3 years. Okay, if you could see under this year's program, we only ask for financial questionnaire part 2. Where is the financial questionnaire part 1? Okay, it's being waived. And where is 3 years? It has become only to 2 years. Okay, so you could see that, you see from operational perspective, from new business perspective, okay, we are actually trying to support for this year end. Okay, so the streamlining of financial requirements, like I said, okay, we have actually waived financial questionnaire part 1. That means the agents and financial advisor, which is to be completed, we have actually no longer required. Okay, but just bear in mind, only until this 31st December. This is under the Yes Campaign program. Okay, you don't tell me that 1st January, if let's say next month onwards, you want to start, how come we don't need, now we need? Because this is actually under the Yes program. Okay, if you ask me, do this extend until the next year? I do not know. Okay, because this has actually been negotiated with the reinsurer. They agree for this 1 month period, okay, to have this financial questionnaire waived, to have 2 years instead of 3 years. Okay, will this extend? Okay, I do not have the answers for now. Okay, but actually, we should actually capitalize on what we know so far. Okay, so this is actually what I want to share with you. Okay, for the streamlining of process. Okay, the next one is actually for what about those which is actually under the legacy series or under the jumbo series. Okay, the good news is it's also the same financial part 1 waive. Okay, instead of 3 years, we will take 2 years. But of course, the limit, if you could see, okay, for the legacy series is up to 4 million. Okay, no changes in that. For the jumbo series is up to 4 million. Okay, that is the difference. But the only difference, everything changes under Yes, is that there's no financial questionnaire part 1 anymore. And there is only requirement of 2 years instead of 3 years. Okay, so this is actually what it means in the circular issued last month, if you all do not know. And this is actually the simplified, which I've actually wants to share with you so that you all can confidently, understand this and actually go all out, and capture all your case, okay, as fast as possible. Okay, we good so far? Okay, the next thing that I want to share with you is nothing new. Okay, but it's just a refresher or it's just a tips, but I can tell you I can still receive such query. Okay, it's actually started in June last month, June this year. Actually, all your documents of new business can be uploaded. Okay, until today, I also have agents asking me, I have O&G report urgent. Can you help me to scan an email to underwriter? I say that, hello, since June, okay, we also allow you to upload your O&G report already. Okay, so in case you all or your agency or any one of your agents forget about this flow, okay, it's good to do a reminder when it comes to this year end, okay, whatever you can upload, okay, you can upload already. So please use the uploading features in MPOS to upload your queries. Okay, do not use ICM. Do not also submit the hard copy, okay, unless you cannot upload, which is more than the requirement. For example, more than 3 MBs, or you have extra film or whatever that it needs, then you only send to the branch. If not, for more efficient and fastest turnaround when you upload, okay, please use the upload features in MPOS. Okay, but of course, the upload features is also about 1 hour or 2 hours. After you upload, only the underwriters can see it. Okay, so you do not upload now and then you tell me that, hey, can you help me this because I have just uploaded. Okay, but the thing now is that this is a refresher. okay, you all need to know, okay, all of the reports or the queries can be uploaded already. So do not waste time to submit hard copy to the branch unless it's not readable, unless it's required. Okay, another thing I want to share is that your new business, okay, what is the fastest way to do payment? Okay, because if you could know, whenever you want to do forced payment, we ask for a lot of documents. For example, we ask for a copy of your card statement or debit card statement and a copy of your card. Okay, of course, it's very sensitive, but this is no choice because this is under compliance. Okay, what other alternative that you can actually do to have faster case or fastest payment being captured? Okay, the fastest is, of course, you do the OCR scan or you do the e-payment in mPOS directly, you capture the credit card. That is actually live and is the fastest. Okay, of course, alternative, you can also use JomPay credit card. Okay, last time we do not use JomPay because customer used to use their account, they want to use credit card. But of course now, okay, if you do not know, we can also JomPay credit card. Okay, but the only thing that I want to make you all know this is that JomPay, okay, when you do for new business, please make sure that is IRC completed first. In mPOS, you cannot see what is IRC completed, but in ePartner, you can see IRC completed. Then only you make the JomPay. Okay, why do I say this? Is that because you could see if it's during Saturday, Sunday, or public holiday, it takes 2 days after 3 p.m. Okay, if let's say you do it before IRC completed. Okay, if you do it before IRC completed on a Sunday, that means the payment can only receive by Great Eastern is on a Tuesday fastest. Okay, why am I saying this? Because if you could see the calendar on your right hand side, okay, I have boxed out these 3 numbers, 25, 27, 28. Okay, this is not 4D number or 6D number. This is because 25th, 27, 28 is public holiday and Saturday, Sunday. And it's always towards the year end already. Okay, example, if you do your JomPay credit card before IRC complete on the 28th, the fastest you will get the case turning into underwriting is on the 31st or 30th, 2 working days. Okay, so it is very important. I need all the leaders here, okay, every one of you here to be very clear before they make a JomPay credit card. Please make sure IRC is completed. If not, without payment, okay, we also cannot chase because the case is still under IRC. Okay, so this is actually a very important slide, and I actually give you the 6 important dates. 25th, 27th, 28th is a weekend. It's a public holiday and a weekend. And I'm sure during that 3 days, a lot of cases will be incoming. Okay, but please make sure if you can do the e-payment on the spot. If you cannot, okay, do the JomPay credit card, but just make sure IRC is completed. Okay, I need to stress this very importantly because for sure there will people be telling me how come there is still case not moving or delay. It's because of this. So please take note. Okay, and a lot of people ask us how to do JomPay credit card. Okay, it's actually very simple. You can log into any of the banks in Malaysia portal. Okay, go for bill and payment. You can see the word pay bill. Step 2, you choose JomPay. Okay, and step 3, if you choose JomPay, last time the drop-down menu here will only appear your account number. Now, if you have a credit card with this bank, automatically there is a credit card which you can actually select. And then, of course, you will just refer to these 4 biller codes or our GEGM biller codes so that you all can actually pay accordingly. Okay, so actually this new business, this is the last slide of my first agenda, which is actually a new business, which I think is very important and very crucial for you all. Okay, that is why I decided to show these few slides. Okay, 1 is the YES program. 2 is actually this JomPay payment, which is actually will actually, you know, you don't have this stress if you do it correctly. Okay, next, okay, I will go on to HSD and life claims. Okay, just to let you know, okay, life claims SMS, okay, trial grade planner is already effective last month. Okay, just to let you know, this is actually nothing new. Okay, actually back in, I think, just let me check. Okay, back in July, 12 July this year, we have actually also stopped sending SMS to new business, and it's all via Grid Planner. Okay, so if you could know, the company has just shifted new business and life claims SMS to actually Grid Planner push notification. Okay, so moving forward, all your claim status and all your newbie status will be delivered via push notification in the Grid Planner. Okay, so how you can actually do your push notification, you can go to the settings in your Grid Planner, okay, and you could actually receive a timely updates on your claims and your new business. Okay, so this is just an announcement for you all. Okay, the next thing that I think my staff, okay, last month has also shared this. Okay, I think that nowadays we are actually selling our GMV products, and also we are doing a lot of the Great Journey hospitals. Okay, and since we launched this great product, okay, or the GMV, okay, we also receive a lot of feedback saying that, hey, when it comes to emergency or when it comes to late at night, okay, very hard to find 24 hours clinic. And then this is actually the challenges or actually the obstacles that you all feel that customer doesn't want to buy up this product. Okay, so the good news is that there is this changes in this product, okay, which is actually effective 15 November. Okay, customer may proceed to seek directly emergency department at the Great Journey Hospital from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. for the following. That means if it's emergency outpatient, under the 12 covered outpatient treatment, now they do not have to go to the hospital, the clinics. Okay, they can directly go to the emergency department in a Great Journey. Okay, so actually, in the past, I think one of the questions raised by a lot of agency is that emergency still needs to go clinic. The 12 diagnosis still needs to go clinic, but it's already at night. So how to go, because there's no 24 hours clinic. Okay, so they have actually taken all these feedbacks. Okay, they have actually changed these product features, which now between 9 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning, okay, under accident and the 12 covered outpatient, you can directly go to the Great Hospital. Okay, so what are the 12 covered outpatient treatments? Okay, under this product, of course, you will know. Okay, these are the 12. If you don't know, these are the things. Okay, so these are actually a few of the Q&A, which is very important. Okay, for example, why is this extension applicable specifically from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m.? Okay, because this is actually to cater all the feedback saying that, there's not much 24 hours clinics in around the vicinity. So in a normal days, actually, you will still need to go to the clinic first. Okay, so if the customer seek treatment at emergency department in a great hospital and other outpatient diagnosis is not made, will the co-insurance apply? Yes, this will apply. Okay, so under this GMV journey,
no, can I make a disturb here? You see, the diagnosis of the 12 diseases, before the patient go to the emergency, can the patient self-diagnose the diagnosis before diagnosed by the hospitals? It's a chicken and the egg. You get what I mean? If I myself,
the customer can self-diagnose, but the final diagnosis needs to come from the great hospitals because this we are paying to the hospitals, man.
Yeah, but what if they suspect because of the 12 diseases, but in actual, after the final diagnosis, it isn't one of the 12. So it's not.
Then the co-insurance will apply.
Yes, actually, it's very, very difficult for a patient to determine or to judge. Is it or how I put in the word it's not the judge to diagnose whether it's one of the 12. You get me?
Yeah, but today we are saying that because this product features is like that,
Okay.
and in the
Okay.
past, okay, because we cannot do because of this thing. So because there is no 24 hours. So if now the thing is that if let's say in the past, even if you're diagnosed with this 12 diagnosis, you will still get the 20 insurance because you never go to the clinic. But because we have hear you out of these things, now if there is this 12 diagnosis, you can directly go to the hospital between 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. Do you understand, Max?
Yep. Yeah.
Ah,
Just what the logic lah. It's okay, man. You can proceed.
okay. So in the past, what like I said before is that even if you have this 12 diagnosis, you still need to go to the clinic to get the referral letter, then only you can admit it, even if it's 1 a.m. in the morning. But because there's a lot of feedback to saying that, when it's late at night, you don't have to go to one clinic and then go to hospital, and that will actually, miss out a lot of golden hours. Okay. And then that is actually based on this feedback. We have actually saying that, okay, if it's diagnosed under this shelf diagnosis and it's happened in 1 a.m., today you can directly go to the hospital, the great hospital. Okay. Okay, so another thing that actually what else can we do is that if let's say we look at around Penang Island or actually Penang itself, okay, of course there's a lot of 24 hours clinic. We also have Qualitas, we also have Mediviron, we also have Care Clinic. But just to show that we started with O2. Okay, so O2 have 24 hours clinic in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 5 of their clinic. Okay, for example, Tanjong and Somerton. Tanjong is in Tanjong Bunga area. Somerton is in Bayang Lepas. These two clinic is now 24 hours. Okay, so if let's say, if you want to have a better confidence, when you sell this product, okay, if your customer is in Air Itam, O2 24 hours. Okay, if they're in Julutong, 24 hours, but of course, O2 Julutong is their busiest clinic. Okay, even at night, it's actually a lot of patients one. Okay, Tanjong and Somerton is recently converted to 24 hours. Okay, that means I think, if we have O2, is actually quite covered along Penang Island itself. Okay, plus if let's say we have Qualitas around the area itself, I think 24 hours, this is just for your knowledge. Okay, I'm just sharing this. Okay, what are the 24 hours clinics available with O2? And these are actually the tests or whatever you can do in each of the branches. Okay, some of them have X-ray, some have ultrasound. Okay, all of the clinics have ECG and nebulizer. So this is actually for your own knowledge only. Okay. Okay. The next thing, okay, is on actually nowadays. Okay, if you could know, there is a lot of WhatsApp support channel. Okay, so what are the support channels? Okay, I'm just sharing with you all here so that you're all clear. Hey, actually, I WhatsApp to this is correct or not? I WhatsApp to this, which is actually the correct thing. Okay, so I can actually share with you today. We have actually 4 WhatsApp numbers. Okay, and these 4 WhatsApp numbers each has their own separate, roles. Each has their own separate functions. Okay, so the first one, of course, is actually our WhatsApp for branches. Okay, and actually this WhatsApp number is actually handled by Penang. Okay, this is actually my staff which is handling this WhatsApp channel. Okay, but of course, like I says, this is actually handled by branch staff. That means we can only support from 8:30 to 5:15 on weekdays. Okay, and our response time is actually between 1 day. If it's on a very heavy, we will actually respond between T+2. Okay, of course, in the branches WhatsApp number, we can ask about new business. Okay, we can ask about claim queries. We can ask about policy info. Okay, and even doing appointments and follow-ups. Okay, because I think branches are we are actually the one that has actually started to do this virtual servicing during our post MCO or pre MCO, which we allow you all to interact with our staff without even coming into the branch. Okay, so we actually pioneered this virtual servicing. Okay, and of course today we have a very heavy incoming WhatsApp information. But I think if you give us 1 day and the max 2 days, I think we will actually answer most of your questions. Okay, I think it's quite a good initiative for this one. Okay, next is actually new business has also launched, okay, their dedicated WhatsApp channel, okay, and it's only until 31st of December. Okay, they call this Premier Underwriting Service for their high value applications. Okay, I have give you this number 012-9188-038. Okay, this is also managed by new business underwriter themselves. Okay, so that's why they can also support 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. only. Okay, but their one is a bit different in the sense that before you want to WhatsApp that, you need to make sure that your cases, okay, has an aggregate sum assured of 5 million and above per life. Okay, or the annualized premium is 25,000 and above, then you can actually use this channel. Okay, but actually just to share, okay, based on the current traffic flow or the new business incoming cases, okay, I'm very confident that actually the cases all will be underwritten on time. I dare not say for the next few days, okay, but based on last month until this month's flow, I think the flow is still relatively manageable in a sense. Of course, I understand that if you have high premium, you're a big kanchiong, you want this to be enforced fast, okay, you can actually use this service. But if not, okay, rest assured that I think in between T+2, okay, or even worse, T+3, okay, your case can be enforced on time. Okay, so of course, this is managed by a dedicated underwriting team. That means underwriter themselves, okay, is being assigned to this handphone number. Same as our branch staff is being assigned. Okay, so I mean, for mutual understanding and mutual respect, okay, if you could actually let underwriters do underwriting, I think it will be more faster. Okay, if more calls coming into this WhatsApp to new business, that means they will have to answer your call and they will actually have to delay your underwriting. Okay, so it's like what Max says, chicken and egg. Okay, if you want them to answer your call just for you to say that, hey, I submit the case, can you please pick up on time? Or do you want them to actually focus on looking at the case and pressing the button enforce? Okay, so this is actually chicken and egg, but actually, I mean, if really genuine cases, you feel that this one urgent, you really need new business support, or even need our brand support, very urgent, very kanjiang customer going overseas, not coming back until January 2026, okay, and you need to attend to this query, please, then we can actually support. Okay, but we need to have this common understanding. Okay, and of course, okay, medical claims have also this WhatsApp channel, okay, which you actually scan the QR code here. Okay, with this, okay, I just want to take this opportunity to give a share to you all. Okay, just an update for you all. Okay, to be very fair, okay, HSD, okay, or your claims, medical claim is having backlogs. Okay, I have also been receiving a lot of agents asking for us to chase the claim status. Okay, we have already potentially know that this backlog will actually increase. Okay, that's why last week when I was down in KL, okay, I think the agreement that's given by HSD part is that they will try to clear all this backlog, okay, tentatively by first week of January. Okay, of course, when we talk about backlogs, there's a lot of difference. Okay, the most impacted one is actually foreign claims, overseas claim. Okay, investigation cases. Okay, and pre and post is a bit slow, but it's not so slow. Okay, so we have actually come out with a task force. Okay, just to let you know, the timeline is that they are currently under processing November claim cases only. Okay, so the gate here is between, we have a backlog about, maybe timeline is about 3 weeks to 1 month, to be very fair to every one of you. Okay, so we have actually come up with a task force. If there is any claim cases which is more than 2 weeks or more than 3 weeks, okay, please, WhatsApp us the case number and the policy number. Okay, branches is supposed to actually put all this in a listing. Okay, and we are actually trying to get on a daily basis, we will send this listing to HSD for them to see, for them to pick up as soon as possible. Okay, so that's why I need I need to use this platform here, okay, to let every one of you know actually we are still managing. Okay, this claim delay, I think some of you know, has been chasing me since October. Okay, and up to today, there is actually a backlog already. Okay, so we are doing our best, and there is also a task force that's being set up already. So if there is any cases, you can just WhatsApp to me, to Farah, or to use our branches WhatsApp. Just give us your policy number, the case ID, okay, and actually try to give us those that is 3 weeks outstanding one first. We are clear. We are HSC team is actually working on a Saturday, Sunday, okay, or throughout, even until at night, trying to clear, but they have actually committed to us that they will clear by first week of January. Okay, so but if there is any burning cases, I think on my hand I have 5. Okay, but if there's only coming in, please give it to us. We'll put it in the Excel and we will actually escalate. Okay, but of course you can also use this dedicated WhatsApp channels also. Okay, like I said, this is also people doing behind the scene. Okay, that means there is actually 9 to 6 p.m. Okay, but this one I think they are using chatbot as well. Okay, so this one they are using a hybrid between a chatbot and a manual people doing all these things. Okay, so I think GL status, there is not much issue. Okay, besides you all trying, we're still having feedback that, GL issues, sometimes you cannot call in. Okay, I think for GL issues, if you cannot call in, this WhatsApp is a very good alternative. Okay, I think for GL status, if you want to check GL status, I think this is a very good initiative by medical to this. But to chase on the post and claim right now, I'm telling you, yes, there is a delay. Okay, please allow them some time to actually catch up, doing some catching up. Okay, another good news I want to share, which is not being announced yet, is that moving forward, okay, all your FGL, okay, should be available in your e-partner already, because now you all don't have the status. Okay, akan datang, you all will have this notification already. Okay, so but as a summary, okay, we have actually medical claims have their WhatsApp, branches have their WhatsApp, new business also have WhatsApp. Okay, the next WhatsApp is actually by pharmacies itself. Okay, this is actually our Great Journey initiative, whereby, now if you have received another circular, okay, we have actually partner our next ecosystem, which is the pharmacies. Okay, so besides discount given, on a certain products, okay, by the pharmacists, okay, they are also giving us support in terms of telemedicine or advice. Okay, so just to let you know, okay, this is a disclaimer. Okay, GE is not responsible for any advice or recommendation, okay, or outcome from this service, because this is actually a support given by pharmacists. Okay, so even Alpro, big caring group, okay, if you know caring pharmacies, okay, is actually under one same umbrella. Okay, they are actually Georgetown Pharmacies, Welling, okay, caring are under the same group of pharmacies. Okay, so actually, how do you use this WhatsApp channel? Okay, it's actually through Pharma Axis, okay, which under the Great Journey, the Great app. Okay, this is how the ways of how you do it. Okay, so this is actually all the WhatsApp channel there is today. 4, okay, including this Pharma Axis. Okay, we are almost towards the end. Okay, this is actually the Great Journey 2.0, which is actually activities for next year. Okay, like just now what I say is, okay, actually towards the end of this year, we have actually partnered with pharmacists. Okay, so pharmacists are now also part of our great journey. Okay, as you all know, the great journey started off with the hospitals. Okay, and from the hospitals, we move on to the clinics. Okay, because all of these are the healthcare ecosystem. And of course, even the clinics itself is not enough. Okay, we have actually extended our ecosystem to the pharmacies. Okay, so if you could know, I said this in beginning during the Great Journey onboarding, we are going for a one-stop servicing or a Yat Thiu Long service. Okay, we are going from hospital to clinic to pharmacies. Okay, next, okay, I can tell you in the Q2 or Q3 of 2026, we will also have physiotherapy centers into this network. Okay, so if you could see, we are now coming into a full circle of a full ecosystem of the healthcare network. Okay, so mid of next year, I will introduce, physio centers. Okay, for post physiotherapists, you can actually go to these selected physio centers, and we are actually thinking of cashless as well. Okay, who would you think that, physio centers now also have cashless facilities for our GE? So these are actually all the activities that is lining up for next year. Okay, so I will also need a lot of your support to actually, attend all these sessions with the hospitals, with the clinics. Okay, the pharmacies, if you know, they have a lot of booths. Okay, we are planning to have some activities in the branch and also some activities in the expo. Okay, last month, okay, if I'm not wrong, is Big Pharmacy. They have a baby expo in JB. Okay, so actually Great Eastern, they have a booth for our agencies to go and do their sales in the Health Expo. Okay, so in Northern side, I think once they have firm up from certain activities, we will also have a booth, okay, in all this expo. Okay, and of course, we will leave it to the agencies, directors, Brandon and the team to see how are we going to support this, but definitely it's in the pipeline. Okay, so these are actually part of the activities. Okay, so this is actually how you download the Great Eastern Reward app, okay, to get all these pharma assist, health screening offers, and in-store purchase offers. Okay, our first activity for 2026. Okay, we have just finalized this. Okay, this is actually with Island Hospitals, and it's only exclusive for our agencies and our customers. Okay, what we are trying to do here is that beginning of the year, 2026, 10th of January. Okay, that means it's the very first week of January. We wanted to push for wellness. Okay, we wanted to say that, okay, let's start the year fresh. Let's reset our year 2026 fresh so that you know where is your health. Okay, so this activity, okay, we actually have a few exciting booths with Island. Okay, this is only for our agency and our agency's customers and our branch customers. Okay, Island is also going to post this in their social media to also attract their customers to come to this carnival. Okay, what we have here is 11 to 2 p.m. Okay, at the Great Lobby Pew Wing. Okay, of course, we will have we will have blood donation. Okay, blood donation. Okay, for every packet of blood that you save, not only you save a life, okay, Great Island Hospital will also give you a $60 voucher, okay, as a token of appreciation. Okay, so on that day, if you donate, you'll get a $60 voucher, which you can actually redeem at their coffee or at their pharmacies on that day, or actually you can actually give it to your policy holders moving forward. Okay, of course, we will also have free screening of blood pressure and glucose. Okay, and of course, we have ophthalmology eye screening activities. Okay, these eye screening activities, if you could know, is costs very expensive, but now it's actually for our customers, which is free. Okay, so I would actually, for the first, I know that, I want to lock all your agents dates here because beginning of the year, I know you all have a lot of kickstart, you all have a lot of team building, your goal setting, but if can, okay, I would like you all to free this date, okay, or even better, you can actually register today this QR code and actually log in your seats. Okay, we are opening it up to maybe about 200 agencies and customers only. Okay, we are also having Ask Your Specialist. There is also doctors, okay, coming to the booth, okay, for Q&A sessions. Okay, this round, okay, this year, we don't want to do any health talk yet because we wanted this to be a fun activities because it's only beginning 10 days into 2026. Okay, of course, 10 days into 2026, you don't ask your customer, hey, come and listen to talk lah. Okay, or come to the hospital, listen to this. Because it's beginning of the year, you ask them to come and listen to talk. I think they will also say that, hey, new year, you ask me to this very sway, very pantang. Okay, so to make it fun, okay, we are telling that, okay, let's reset your lifestyle. Let's know your lifestyle beginning of the year. Okay, if you know where you are today, so in the rest of the year, let's plan your activity, let's plan your wellness program. This is how we want to position this activity. Okay, and of course, okay, our branch team will also have a booth there to actually say that, okay, if a customer comes, they say that, hey, I cannot set my e-connect. Is there any way you all can help me? So my team will also be having a booth there to actually support this activity. Okay, so 2026 activity, this one we do it a bit different because it's not a sharing session. It's not a downloading session, ask your customers to come and listen to talk, after that going back. Okay, but this is actually, you can actually help to save life by doing blood donation. You can actually check your blood pressure and blood glucose to see that, okay, this year, since beginning of the year, I know where is my blood glucose, I target to reduce. Or if you say you have any potential customer that is coming in, okay, you want to close the deal, there and then, any question, of course, we have dermatologists, we have ophthalmologists, even my branch staff there, we can actually help you to do a policy review, and there you can actually close your sales. Okay, so this activity, I really hope that all of us can make it together. I will also be sharing with the agency, Brandon and the team. Okay, I think also share these flyers with you, but I want to share this beginning of this month, okay, in December, so that we can do a proper planning. Okay, because January you have a lot of kickstart, you have a lot of goal setting activities. If you can just free this Saturday, okay, for 3 hours so that we can make this event successful beginning of the year. Okay, so this is actually what I'm looking at. Okay, I hope that every one of us can actually attend this function, and also upcoming we will actually do a few more activities as we go along. In next year we will also actually plan a few activities which is in the branch itself. Example, we have some set up by the pharmacies to come for them for awareness. Okay, so that's all for our sharing session. Okay, now is there anything that you all want to feedback?
Lionel, Max,
Yeah, yes.
okay, from time to time we face the issue of the claim backlog.
Mm,
I think it's happened last year as well. Okay, so just now I heard that for the investigation case and the foreign claims but especially for the investigation because the customer has paid the bills upfront and awaiting for the investigation to be reimbursed. So is it possible that we keep the timelines within? Otherwise, they have to wait for months, more than 3 months. I have cases, actually I submitted via e-claim in July, and then QD came out after a month. The first QD asking for some things. After that, weeks later, it came out another QD for the consent. Why don't the consent or even the reports or clarification come in at once? Because expecting that there are probably need the consents, but why don't the consents came in at the first place, and then the case being pick up after a month of e-claim, and then only came out the first QD. I think it's too long, and then we need another 3 months for the investigation. End up, the case may need half a year for the investigation. You get many with the timeline.
Okay, actually this feedback is not only the first time. Okay, I think what they are doing is over at the head office level. Okay, last time, just to share with you all, we have actually medical claims investigation team. We have also have life claims investigation team. Okay, and a lot of times whenever the medical team investigate for 3 months and then they concluded, they have to send this concurrence for life claims. Okay, and life claims will also do their own investigation. That is why a lot of times it's being dragged. But now, okay, they have actually merged these two investigation team. Okay, by right, okay, we shouldn't have such long of investigation. But of course, like your case that you mentioned, okay, and a few other case in my hand now, okay, we have cases whereby investigate 3 months, okay, and then extend again another 3 months, okay, and that's where added the frustration. But we have actually taken note on that. I have actually feedback to the HOD lah. So I'm awaiting their feedback. But honestly, actually, these are actually genuine feedback, which actually for now I do not have an answer. Okay, but actually, we have actually feedback all these pain points already.
Like no, for the extension, okay, I agree. Probably there are difficulties to get the input on time. But the extension may not be necessary for another block of 3 months. You see the logics,
Yes,
isn't it?
that's right.
Okay. If you say you need another weeks or 2 weeks or a month, probably I agree. But it's not another block of 3 months. Correct? Because another block of 3 months, hey, come on, it's something like every block of 3 months actually is a luxury time, so.
We know, that's why actually we are actually trying to streamline this process as well. But like I says, I cannot give you a definite answer for now. Okay, but actually we have actually highlighted this. And the first initiative, I think, which is actually a good thing, is that they have actually merged the two investigation team into one. So by right, the streamlining of this process should not happen again when 3 months and plus another 3 months. Okay, but of course, we will still see and monitor to see that what happens after this merging. It's already been merged already. They are already reporting to the same already. So two investigation team has now becomes one. But of course, that's why now we are seeing that, okay, what are the other gaps that we are supposed to close?
Okay, is my suggestion for in the e-claim is it in the menus can we have a menu showing saying that it's an investigation case instead of PR post or the days or whatever, we put it as an investigation case meaning that a company has to pick up the case and review it quickly, okay, instead in the queue, because customers are waiting for the payments reimbursement to pay for the bills. Actually, it's a huge amount. Is it possible?
Okay,
If the queue come in, okay, okay, never.
When
Go
I
ahead.
ask sometimes like your case, I ask, hey, how come you cannot start investigation first? Why you need to think? Because from claims perspective, they are telling me is that what if, let's say, when I don't even have to do the investigation, or halfway when I do my first investigation, I already found there is a non-disclosure, or there is actually an element for us to reject the claim. So they were actually, without completing all the rest, by paying all the reports, by getting all the reports in, if they have all the rights to actually stop the claim or reject the claim, they will actually do so already.
Yeah,
so,
that's good.
So to them,
conclude the claim as soon as possible.
So the thing is that they cannot do anything because they have to do it process by process. If process A, okay, this one passed, now I go to process B, then that's what other reports that I need from process B I will get. For them to start end to end, then they have to pay all these things. And then if, let's say, middle, I don't have to pay this report, I already know it's a non-disclosure, I can straight away reject. So that's why when it comes to this part, okay, I ask them why you cannot start investigation first. Why do you need to get this consent first? Because to them is that if, let's say, I already see that this is actually has all grounds to reject, they will reject first, so that they will actually don't have to go through all the hassles. So it's
All
part by part how they do the investigation. So that's why I say that, okay, fair, I buy what you say, but I say that, but certain things, if we already know, can you just trigger it first? Then they say that case by case, they can actually see how we can do it. But most of the time, they will actually go it by face.
Okay. But as what I mentioned just now, is it possible that if for the investigation case, okay, expecting for the consents, can the consents come in the first query instead of after all the ding dong, and then end up keep another query to ask for the consent? Actually, it's very wasting time. And then the consent, after the consent, then only they started the investigation.
I mean, your case, that one I understand now. So that's why we are taking that as a case study to see that actually, how can we streamline more to this process?
Yep. Okay, and actually, I have two cases now on the investigating a customer now already past 3 months. Okay, but I told them actually it's the full documentation start. The 3 months start after the full documentation, but in fact the full documentation has been more than 3 months.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Okay,
So
thanks.
anything else? Okay, if not, then I will do another sharing again in the afternoon. Okay, so if let's say any of your agents or any of your friends who missed this one, they can join again. But if not, okay, I wish you all the best, okay, for this year-end closing. Okay, us here, operations in Penang, in Northern also are ready to actually to support you all. But also, okay, let's work towards the year-end closing to be a great successful one. Okay, so with that, thank you everyone. Okay, I'll see you all again. Thank you.
Lionel, just now all the feedback actually we noticed that company and you in fact